Here's 5 questions to ask your independent consultant before appointing for a procurement. Number 1. How can you demonstrate that you're an all-of-market consultant? When getting a mortgage, all-of-market mortgage advisors get access to more deals and more products. The same is true of consultants. With a recent flush of consultants to the market, some will be experts in a single provider's product. That's great if you're already implementing that product and want help, but not so good if they're responsible for a comprehensive overview of the entire market to get you the best fit. Equally, there are consultants that will only award to 1 or 2 or maybe 3 legacy providers. Their tenders are set up in such a way, which hasn't really changed for 20 years, that they are always won by the bigger legacy providers. Some consultants have adapted over the years, but some have not. When you interrogate housing management system providers like me, you ask about previous implementations and take references. How about you ask for the results of the last 5 tenders that your consultant ran, who won them, and did anybody refuse to bid or withdraw their bid? Because of this practice, we simply won't bid for some consultants' tenders. When we know we don't have a fair chance, why would we spend the money doing the bid in the first place? If you want an all-of-market exercise, use a consultant that can bring all of the market to the table. Number 2, how do you keep up with the latest tech? I've seen consultants unable to manage Microsoft Teams, struggle to share a screen and send huge 800 procurement questions spreadsheets without even a spell check or a duplicate question check. These consultants are helping you judge some very critical decisions from both a technical and non-technical perspective. They need to know the difference between things like cloud hosted, true cloud, built for cloud, on-prem, managed cloud, multi-tenanted, single-tenanted, sharding, IoT, smart tech, fintech, APIs, and flux capacitors. Well, no, not the last one, that's from Back to the Future. But you get the idea. If they can't explain to you in plain English, how can they help you choose what's best? Number 3, how can you demonstrate your independence? It's really important that the advice a consultant gives is independent. In order to ensure that independence, regulated industries like financial advice are required by law to disclose any commissions or benefits that they receive. However, there are consultants roaming around who also perform consultancy and advice services for some of the providers. We've been offered them and declined, but we've seen them provide paid advice to other providers, and we're even aware of foreign all-expenses-paid trips to European headquarters. Doesn't sound that independent to me. Maybe when selecting your consultants, ask them this. To demonstrate your independence, can you confirm you've not in the last 5 years received any payment or gratuity from any provider in any form, including foreign trips, paid consultancy for advice, or any other form of remuneration? To reinforce this, perhaps in your bidding documents you can include a declaration from the bidding software company that they've made no payment directly or indirectly and given no form of remuneration to the consultant you're working with. Then you can be double sure of the independence they assert. Number 4, how do you ensure you keep up with housing legislation? Legislation such as AWAB's law, housing quality standards, hazard reporting, decarbonisation, fire risk assessment, it's all changed in the last few years. The sector itself has massively changed. The challenges to housing associations are so different now that 30 years ago, when I started at Nomad Housing Group in Newcastle, when I had to learn about living over the shop and fair rents and shared ownership, everything's changed. Your new system should evolve to fit the changing landscape of the market, but so should your consultant. Ask them how the different providers are addressing these needs and what they feel are the most important parts of these changing legislations to capture in their HMS and which providers are working to keep up. They should know. And finally, number 5, list all the systems you've seen a comprehensive demonstration of in the last 18 months and list their USPs. If they really are experts, they should know about systems. They should be able to tell you what's been introduced recently. This isn't just favouring us in our 8-week release cycle. Some of the legacy providers are doing great work to advance their product. The consultants should know who they are and what they're doing. You're paying for an expert in housing systems. Test their expertise. I can tell you there are only 4 consultants that could answer that question about the Rubik's platform in the market today. If your consultant can't talk about what and how all the main systems have evolved recently, maybe they're not the consultant you need them to be.